December 25th, 2010 was a great milestone for my life. That was the age in which I turned 18 and in the eyes of the law became a young adult, or actually an adult. Shortly fast forward in a month from then, in October, late October, I began some walking issues. It became heavier to walk, and I was just wondering what occurred. I went to the doctor, and after going to the doctor, some other issues drew up and arose, and from there forward, I was actually rushed to the hospital, and I was determined with a rare spinal condition known as cavernoma. After a month of treatment and doctors, family, friends, and of course my faith, I was able to arise past this issue, and thankfully everything's good. Now, I thought the major thing that I would come up to and the major problem would be, of course, walking and rehabilitation during that course. Obviously, it wasn't. A month after then, I was then faced with the bills. I was 18 and I was uninsured. So I was just 2 months into being 18, I was already tens of thousands of dollars in debt to the hospital. Now, thankfully, I did pay it all off and a lot of payments about a year ago, and that's because I'm 22 years old now. So it took me a while, built my way up, and I did pay it off. However, trying to get insured was the biggest issue. Being a young adult with a pre-existing condition restricted me from getting insured. And by that I mean having a pre-existing condition, and insurances at the time were unable to insure myself to that nature. Which leads me to bring up my topic, Affordable Care Act. There is a clause already in for that, and we'll get more precise and more in detail as a slide and as a presentation proceeds. I am a big political guru, meaning I am pretty much involved in politics. And with every major act, including this one, I do hours of research and making sure I do have a good stance on where to stand. After listening, I would like to all of you to be able to understand the guidelines and understand how it impacts yourself. Moving forward, it is aimed to assist, as I stated earlier, with the pre-existing conditions. So that means if you do have a condition previously, then before this act was passed, insurances were able to deny you, which I did get denied by 5 of the major insurances. So you are able to get denied or have to pay a fee, so it's a lot more. But thankfully to this cause, that's no longer, and that is in effect, that's no longer the reason. Just with that, to the White House website, which was then posted in 2011, which I did access 2 weeks ago, 17 million children are already benefiting just from this cause. For the elderly, it is aimed to assist the elderly, which in the eyes of the law is 6 years or older. By that meaning, when you get there, your premiums for monthly would be lower, and you do have some lower guidelines into getting insured. So that way you don't have to make as much as the average. So ideally, the young, healthy are paying, who don't go to the doctor as much, will be paying for the elderly who do have more health issues. Now, signing up, there's 2 ways you can go ahead and do this. We have online at healthcare.gov. From there, you'll go to Apply Now, and then you then fill out your application. After you fill out your application, you will then see what you qualify for. And by qualifying for that, you do have some government websites, or some government programs that will help you, assist you if you do have some income problems. As well as that, you do have private insurances. And private insurances are just the difference between states. So in one state, you might have some lower premiums in another state. But essentially, it is for the marketplace. And the way the marketplace is, there's 4 types of titles. There's bronze, gold, silver, and platinum. They all essentially have the same cost and are the same coverage, but bronze, which is the lower end, you will have a lower premium per month, but however, when you go to a doctor visit, emergency room, etc., you will be paying more out of the pocket. On the flip end of that, you do have platinum, which is a higher end. And from then, you will be paying a higher monthly premium. However, whenever you go to check up, emergency room, you would have little to none out of the pocket payment. So you would then get to choose whether you get sick often or not and make a good educated decision on that. Offline. Now let's say you do have internet, but you want to talk to somebody while you're signing up for this. You have local navigators, application assistants, and certified application counselors. They're essentially the same things, and that's just to aim and assist you to sign up. Once again, you can find that online, but if you can't get online, you can go ahead and look to your newspaper news, and they'll locate you and direct you to the right area. Also from there, you go to your phone book or go to any government mandated programs such as food stamps, EBT, anything that the government runs, and they will be able to direct you to the right area. Now the government programs, we do have children's health insurance programs. In the eyes of this law, you are a child if you are 25 years and younger. Now I did, to my survey analysis, 8 people answered it and 6 people are 25 years of age and younger, 1 over. With that being said, if, for instance, a family of 4, you do not qualify for any of the government assistance programs to assist you with paying for the monthly premiums. However, you do feel it would be a little difficult for you to provide for your 2 children. You will fill that out, the program for the Children's Health Insurance Programs, which is also known as CHIP, and from then they would cover all to a large portion of it, so that way it takes off that burden of having to pay for your whole family. Also from there we have Medicaid, and what Medicaid is to help low-income families. So an idea of that is, if you're single, the poverty line is at $11,000, give or take. And if you have a family of 4, it is $23,500. So if you're around there, Medicaid will assist you, paying all of it, or once again, a large portion of it. We also do have Medicaid, and that's for the ages 60 and older. Medicaid is expanding, meaning that for the elderly, they will have more opportunities to get insured. So the restrictions are a little bit easier and lenient towards them. Now we do have some key dates and fees that I do feel will be important to this, now that we know how to move and move forward with that. Now we do have open enrollment. Open enrollment actually started 2 weeks ago on October 1st, and that will stretch out all the way until March 31st. That's just for this year, since it's the first year it's running. After that, it will be October 1st to the end of December, every year after that. Now, what you do if you refuse to sign up by then, you will also have to go with some fees that will be enacted, but we'll go over that in a moment. But the coverage will take effect if you do sign up by this year. It could take effect as early as January 1st. Now, refusing to sign up, there is a fee for that. It's 1% your yearly income, or $95 per adult, and $47.50 per child. However, there is a cap for the first year, so if you do have a large family where you do make a good amount, it will be only capped off at $285. In conclusion, and as we're reflecting back, I did believe we went over who the act is favored to benefit, the process and acting towards that, the programs and the key programs and government mandated programs that would help assist you if you do have some problems, as well as the key dates and fees that you would need to know. Myself, I do believe it is a great program, just because I'm personally impacted by it. However, it is in your hands whether you would choose to sign up now or refuse to sign up, and unfortunately, my experience is similar issue. Thank you.